Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another showcase for you today in the Holiday Cup for the Ultra League, taking a look at the very rare Galarian Zapdos. So I actually do think Galarian Zapdos is really good for this meta. I mean, his count is going to be doing well against the ice types, right? Super effective damage, going to be doing well against Obstagoon. I do think it has a lot of play. The downside is it's very difficult to get. I don't have one. Now, this trainer did go 20-5 with it in Ace rankings, so very powerful stuff. You love to see it. But unfortunately, they only submitted 2 sets, so we only have 2 sets for you. But that's totally fine, not a big deal. We can take a look at those 2 sets. And yeah, so Galarian Zapdos, Hisuian Avalugg, which is cool to see as well in Giratina. Now, this team is ABA weak to Charm, right? Obviously, the Zapdos is a fighting type, so it's weak to Charm. Giratina is weak to Charm as well. So if you see Charm in the lead, it's going to be very difficult, even in the back. But Hisuian Avalugg, I guess, against like the Ninetales has Rock Slide. It's going to be doing well against that, I guess. But no, I mean, but other than that, looking like a strong team. If you happen to have the Galarian Zapdos, you could run a different team with Zapdos. Maybe a couple of the answers to Charm if you choose to. But this team did really well for this trainer and very good stuff. Really excited to look at these battles and see how they play out. But yeah, the crazy thing is, like, so let's say you get a Galarian Zapdos, but let's say it's below 1500 CP. For me personally, I wouldn't power it up to the Ultra League. I would keep it in the Great League. If you get one above 1500, obviously you can power it up. But so I think you're rarely gonna see Galarian Zapdos this time around. But if you happen to have it, you know, I think it's worth using for sure. I would use it if I had it. As I said, that's above the Great League, of course. But either way, the first battle is actually almost over. Is it going to be a win? Counter's doing a lot. Obviously, Hisuian Avalugg is weak to counter. They do get overnight slash into the Giratina. Can Giratina survive it? I think it can. Oh, it barely hangs on. But in comes the final Pokemon, going to be that Ampharos, and the Ampharos will be able to take this game. So we're going to lose the first game in this video, but that is okay. And by the way, look at those IVs on Galarian Zapdos. Actually looks pretty good. Relatively decent PvP IVs. I don't know the exact rank, of course, but it looks okay. Okay. So, moving on to Charizard. So you do have the Ancient Power for Charizard. Some trainers might not be familiar with the moveset on this Pokemon, and you know, but so we'll see. We'll see if they want to shield it or if they want to take it. They probably do shield it. Oh, never mind. See, what did I tell you? So they let that go. In comes the Giratina, going to go ahead and switch out into the Avalugg. And out comes Snorlax. Snorlax is going to be hit with this Rock Slide into the Hisuian. Or into the Snorlax. Yep, going into the Snorlax. Very good stuff. Doing a good amount of damage. Snorlax firing back. Now, of course, Avalugg is a Rock and Ice type, so it's double weak to a superpower, but they don't throw a superpower, which is amazing. Charging up to the Blizzard, throwing this Rock Slide right now. You know, Hisuian Avalugg would be better if it had access to Avalanche. I don't even know if it learns Avalanche in the main games, but it's Rock and Blizzard. But, you know, still a pretty decent Pokemon. I do think Aurorus is better, but still, I mean, Hisuian Avalugg, very cool nonetheless. Doing a lot to this Snorlax. You still have a shield advantage. You have your Giratina for their Giratina. This is looking really good. Yes, we do see the feint from that. Zapdos can come in, attempt the farm down, not going to be able to get it. Just going to go ahead and throw the Ancient Power. I probably would have went up for the Brave Bird and went for the Brave Bird, but at this point, honestly, does it really matter? It doesn't really matter, right? So it doesn't really matter. Giratina's going to go ahead and shield this one up. Going to be a Dragon Claw. Of course, they're just going to spam out Dragon Claws. They're running Shadow Claw as well, whereas this Giratina is running Dragon Breath. I do personally prefer Dragon Breath in this meta. It just does really well. Even, like, against Obstagoon even, right? So we do see a shield there. And they're going to be able to throw an attack. And this is going to connect. But, of course, the Giratina can take it. Giratina is so tanky. Even another one wouldn't KO. But they do switch, maybe trying to catch. So good attempt by the opponent. Not able to catch, though. And that is going to be a great game. Very well played to both trainers. We're moving on. We are moving on with the Galarian Zapdos into Dragonite. Okay, so Dragonite, of course, is resisting these counter attacks. So we do see a switch into Giratina. They are staying in to throw this powerful Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw from a Shadow Dragonite does do a lot of damage. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it. I may have mentioned it on stream. I did order a new light setup. So the webcam I know looks pretty awful right now. It looks awful because I'm using natural lighting. So the new lighting, once it gets set up, should look pretty good. So the webcam feature should look better. Just wanted to let you all know that. Anyway, Giratina into Snorlax is pretty good, even though you're weak to the Lick, because most of the movesets are going to be Body Slam and Superpower. Now, someone in the chat told me that they did battle a Snorlax and they were hit with an Outrage. So if somebody wants to go and try to fight the Giratinas with Snorlax, they might be running Outrage, but Snorlax, and which I think would actually be pretty good, because the thing is, Giratina is very, very unlikely to shield against Snorlax, not expecting the Outrage at all. So it's a nice surprise factor. Even though you know it has Outrage, it's a nice surprise factor. But Zapdos is coming in. They're going to be able to take this Superpower. Zapdos actually going to be able to resist that. We do see the Dragonite coming in. Going to go ahead and switch into the Avalugg, and out comes Venusaur. Both doing super effective damage to each other. Venusaur does get off an attack. You do have to shield. This would KO. So obviously you don't want to be hit with a Frenzy Plant. Going to be able to get off this Rock Slide. Will the Venusaur, the Shadow Venusaur, decide to shield? It is pretty squishy and it does shield. You can't make it to a Blizzard. You got to go for the Rock Slide. You do make it to the Rock Slide, but is it enough to KO? I don't know. That's the Shadow Venusaur. It's not enough. It's not enough, no. Oh, it almost is enough, actually. And one more Powder Snow will be able to finish it off, and then you can finish off the Dragonite. Very well played. I didn't even think it would come that close for some reason. In the Great League, it definitely would have KO'd, but in the Ultra League, I wasn't too sure. Good game. Moving on, Zapdos into, oh, Venusaur. You definitely don't like this matchup, but you do have two answers to it in the back. Well, I mean, I guess this is not that bad, actually, because you are a Flying type, right? So you do resist the Frenzy Plant, so they have to go for Sludge Bomb, which does do a lot. They actually switch out into Staraptor. I battled the Staraptor as well. We do see an Ancient Power coming out. So I guess that matchup, not too bad. They do shield it up, and in comes the Avalugg. You do have to watch out for close combat. So we're going to see a shield. Is it the close combat? It is the close combat. Good shield. We're going to see a farm down. If we do, you probably have to shield again. We are going to see the farm down, but you will have to shield this close combat. So we do see a shield. I mean, yeah, could have played it either way. Could have shielded, as we saw, the double shield, or you could have thrown the Rock Slide. But getting all that energy is very beneficial, right? So Venusaur coming in. Out comes the Rock Slide. Will the Venusaur decide to shield? Will they let this go? They do let it go. A little bit unfortunate. Blizzard would have been beautiful there, but that is okay because now this Avalugg can get off another Rock Slide. The safer play was probably to go for the Rock Slide, so I don't blame you for that. They're going to be able to get off this attack, which will KO the Avalugg. They were trying to catch on Giratina, not able to do so, but out comes Giratina. They're going to bring in Charizard. This is looking pretty good because you do have Ancient Power, right? You do have Ancient Power. So they're going to be able to go for an attack right now. It's going to be a Dragon Claw, but no. Oh, no, they go for Blast Burn. Okay, very interesting. Giratina does resist Blast Burn, so you definitely do want to go for the Dragon Claw. I guess it is possible. It's single move, but either way, that's totally fine. Good game to both trainers. The opponent, I guess, just conceded there. Yeah, well played. Well played. So let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Yeah, I'm enjoying this Holiday Cup. I actually enjoy it more than the Great League, to be honest with you. Let me know about you. Okay, so they're both doing super effective damage towards each other, so I'm not sure who wins this one. I guess we'll find out soon enough. They do get to this attack, which is an Ice Spear, of course, and it does do so much damage. But will the Wolverine shield? Now, yeah, I mean, Zapdos has a lot of nuke moves. Obviously, Ancient Power is not a nuke move, but it's still super effective. Okay, so they do switch out. Obviously, being the Flying type makes it struggle against Ice, even though it does do super effective damage towards Ice as well. They do get to an attack, which is unfortunate. Is it an Earthquake? We're going to see a shield. It is an Earthquake, so that's a good shield. So Wolverine is going down. Able to get a good amount of farm as well towards the end. In comes Venusaur. Gonna see the bait. Do they shield? I mean, even if you're not familiar with the Avalugg's moveset, you probably know it has an Ice type attack, but they don't shield, which is unfortunate. We're gonna see another Rock Slide come out right now. And this Rock Slide is going to pick up that shield. Okay, they're gonna be able to throw an attack. You let this go? You let this go, right? You let this go? Yeah, you let this go. Okay, so gonna let that one go. Bringing the Giratina, similar to last game. They're gonna bring, ooh, Cloyster. That's a nice type if I've ever seen one. So okay, Ancient Power is super effective, but the thing is, you're weak to Ice, right? Maybe Catch. Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, you could shield this. Maybe a Catch, like, yeah, Ice Demon's gonna debuff. We're gonna see a Catch. No, we're not even necessary. Not even. They don't even get to it. Okay. That's fine, so Ancient Power is going to be enough to KO the Cloyster. And the Venusaur is coming in. Ooh, they do get to an attack, but it shouldn't KO the Giratina. Both Sludge Bomb and Frenzy Plant will not be enough to KO. So it doesn't KO, and Giratina will be able to take that one, and the opponent will concede. That is going to be a beautiful game. Very well played to both trainers. And that is going to actually be... Was it the first set? I don't know. But either way, ooh, going up against Charizard. Okay, they do switch out. Ooh, Beware? Beware is a normal typing, so it is weak to counter. The opponent actually going to concede there. So again, probably not familiar with Galarian Zapdos. Maybe you don't know it has counter. That's okay. I've obviously felt that way against some Pokemon, some spicy Pokemon of battle. And obviously you don't see Zapdos all the time because it's a very rare Pokemon. But that's a good matchup. They do go ahead and switch into Charizard. Okay, so wing attacks are not resisted because this is not an electric type Zapdos. So Zapdos will go for the Ancient Power. They do shield it, and we're going to see a switch into the Avalugg. So Hisuian Avalugg takes neutral damage from Blast Burn, so I don't think they'll bait here. Yeah, they go straight for the Blast Burn. This is a great matchup. It's going to be another Blast Burn, but you could take this. You could shield it too, but it still does a lot. I never said it wasn't going to do a lot, but you're able to take it. Going to go for the Rock Slide. This Charizard cannot win Switch because you have another Rock Slide or close to it. And I guess close to it, able to get over another one. Super effective towards the Lapras. You'll love to see it. They're going to let that go. And they're not going to be able to farm down. They have to throw a Surf, and they're going to throw a Surf, but you can bring in the Zapdos after you let this go. Yep, going to let it go. And down goes the Avalugg, totally fine. They're going to switch into so out comes this Giratina, and the opponent will concede that game. And that's going to be a beautiful game. Very well played to both trainers. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Okay, so we have Battle of the Birds. One, the Galarian version. The other, the Cantonian version. So you're weak to Ice, right? You are weak to Ice. They're Flying and Ice type, so they're taking neutral damage. Although this is double super effective. Everyone shields this because you know Zapdos has nuke moves. Even if you don't know it, Ancient Power, as I said, Ancient Power is not a nuke move. But they know it has nuke moves, so it's still going to do a lot to the Articuno regardless, even if it was a Brave Bird. So they're definitely going to go ahead and shield. They go for the Cross Chop. And we're going to see this attack come in. And the Avalugg, Avalugg is going to go down for sure. It does, but you can bring in the Zapdos and go for the beautiful counter down. Do you let this, you were pretty low. Oh, they go for Cross Chop as well. Okay, Cross Chop is resisted. Night Slash actually is resisted as well because it's a fighting type. But Night Slash could give you a boost. But either way, we do see a shield there. And we're going to see the Ancient Power. Even though this is debuffed, this probably KOs. This Zapdos is best buddied as well. They do shield it up. Oh! That attack... Oh, relying on the attack boost to get to another Ancient Power. I think you have to. Oh, they actually catch it on Venusaur. I think you win, because basically what you have to do is bring in the Giratina. Make sure you have an Ancient Power ready to go against that Articuno, right? So, yeah, you just have to make sure you have an Ancient Power ready to go. So, once you have like 2 attacks, you can throw a Dragon Claw. Or you could just probably farm down, but you are getting pretty low. Could take it. Yeah, gonna go ahead and throw now. Smart decision. Throw now, get rid of the Venusaur, and then throw the Ancient Power. Actually, that didn't KO, funny enough. Throw the Ancient Power on Articuno. This could be a great game. Very well played to both trainers. Yeah, able to take that one. Good game. Articuno is going to go down, and we do see that attack boost, but obviously that does not matter. Good game. Good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. We have that Zapdos into Obstagoon. Ooh, this is a dream lead. You love to see it. I know you do. They do... they switch. Throwing the Ancient Power. I may have been tempted to throw the Brave Bird. If they shield, it won't matter. They do not shield. That's unfortunate. I think I definitely would have went for the Brave Bird for sure. But that's fine. We do see a shield there because C-Bomb would do a lot. But, you could still take this matchup, right? So Rock Slide is coming out. Still able to take that matchup. In comes the Obstagoon. Obstagoon is going to be able to throw an attack right now. And they're going to throw the Night Slash. That's fine. So we're going to see this Rock Slide come in from the Avalugg. So this is going to pick up the shield. and they're going to be able to farm down, but you could bring in the Zapdos, and they're going to switch out into Dragonite, trying to get to that Ancient Power. No, not going to go for the Ancient Power. Going to switch out right now. I'm going to go ahead and shield this. I mean, that's a non-shadow. You could definitely take one. I mean, technically, you could take one from a shadow as well, but going to go for the Dragon Claw right now. And this Dragon Claw, of course, super effective towards the Dragonite. Dragonite will give up that final shield. They're going to be able to throw an attack. Giratina has no shield to hide behind, so it's not going to shield. Do you get to another one? I don't think so. No, but you could probably count it down before they get to an attack. Actually, just going to go ahead and throw the Ancient Power. I think that makes sense. Honestly, I don't know where they were at in terms of energy. I don't know if they needed one more or not, but I think that makes sense because I think you could just count it down with Zapdos. Obstruct. You resist these moves, so you resist the Night Slash, you resist the Cross Chop. This is a great matchup. It's a Night Slash. I guess they were going for the, even 2 Night Slashes. I don't think would have KO'd if they went for 2 Night Slashes. But either way, good game, well played. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Zapdos so as I said, Charm is very, very, very difficult in the lead, especially. This is not Charm, but you're still weak to the Powder Snow. So even though it's not Charm, you're still weak to the Ice. Ice in the lead is tough too, although if it's Ice and it's weak to counter, it's not that bad. But being that Alola Ninetales is taking neutral damage, it's pretty bad. And I may have just stayed in with the Zapdos, to be honest, because of course they're going to switch out. They're going to go ahead and throw an attack. We do see a shield with this Avalugg. Avalugg will be able to throw a Rock Slide. Will we see the second shield from that Gengar? Will they let it go? I imagine they do survive, even though it's really frail. But that's fine. They're going to be able to farm down. In comes Zapdos. Obviously, Zapdos' counter attacks are like triple resisted, right? So it's doing no damage. But these charge attacks will do damage. They're going to be able to throw another attack. This is looking to be one of the losses in the 20-5, right? But we'll see. We'll see. So Ancient Power coming out, and okay, not enough to KO. They do bring in the Ninetales. You really want to get to it? Oh, you can't get to it. Yeah. Giratina really has no play against the Alola Ninetales. I mean, it has play because of Ancient Power, but they still have all 3 of their Pokemon. Ancient Power, I don't even think KOs. Plus, they're getting the Giratina pretty low, right? So they're gonna be able to throw a Weather Ball, and we're gonna see the Ancient Power come out right now. Okay, yeah, it doesn't even KO. So yeah, you can't Dragon Breath down because they double resist it. But hey, I respect you for sticking it out, right? Staying out. Nothing wrong with staying in the battle until the very end. That actually doesn't KO. Was that an undercharge? I felt like that would have KO'd. But either way, Ninetales will take that game. And that's going to be a good game, very well played, and a great submission. Thank you so much for sharing your battle experiences with us. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.